Good afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on where you're at. I am Paula Ludwig with the Atlantic Institute. We're a nonprofit organization that promotes positive dialogue between different cultures, religions, getting to know your next door neighbor. I have a short 2-minute video that I'm going to show you, and hopefully everybody else that wants to join this will be in by then. And then we're going to hand it over to Sandra for our demonstration on this feather making project. And I am very excited for this. All right. Share.
The Atlantic Institute is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting harmonious coexistence between peoples of various cultures, faiths, and backgrounds. We seek this goal through peaceful dialogue, education initiatives, and community organization. Our dialogue events bring together experts, community and faith leaders, and knowledge seekers to address social issues that affect us all. We feel dialogue is the most important element in peaceful coexistence, so we try and maintain several panel discussions, TED Talk events, and book clubs throughout the year. These events touch on social issues, race relations, and cultural understanding and are a mainstay of our programming. The Atlantic Institute's education events are extremely important to our mission of understanding. We want to promote socially forward critical thinking to students of all ages. To that end, we have developed programs that seek to grow the creative spirit of students and help them think about their communities and the world around them. Our Future Leaders of Dialogue event brings together nominated elite students to learn from each other as well as political and business leaders. Our art and essay contest gives students a theme about important societal issues and allows them to create wonderful works of art and writing while steering their minds towards improving their world. We are always seeking ways to educate youths and adults in order to make a peaceful world for all of us. Our community events are designed to transform neighbors into friends and groups of people into a community. By associating with other nonprofits or by our own initiative, we are always trying to discover new avenues to improve our neighborhoods, places of worship, and community centers. We host cooking demonstrations of food from other cultures, work with various nonprofits to help elevate the work of others, and try to find a way to make the lives of those who are disenfranchised or marginalized better. Building a more peaceful world starts in our backyards, so we are dedicated to improving our communities and associations. The Atlantic Institute is always seeking like-minded volunteers and collaborators. If you would like to learn more, find volunteer opportunities, or just want to chat with our staff, please visit our website at www.atlanticinstitutesc.org or follow us on Facebook. We will never run out of fun, educational, peaceful events, so come join us to help make this world a better place full of understanding and unity.
All right.
Okay.
So with that being said, I am now going to turn this over to Sandra, and she is going to show us how to make these wonderful things.
Okay. First of all, I'll share, if I can, a picture of a completed one, so you know what we're looking at. Because obviously, I've got a tiny table here, so that's what we're doing. Can you see that? We need to make it bigger. Can you see it? Yes. No.
Yeah. Yes.
Paula,
I can
yeah.
see it. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're aiming for. And if I make myself bigger, I have. Oh, these are all woolen scraps of fabric. And these I've pre-shredded because you don't want to sit and watch me shredding bits of fabric for hours. But I'll show you how to do it just in case. This is obviously a weird shape, nothing like a feather. You could pre-cut it, but I would suggest you don't because you want a big body of actual cloth in the middle. And if you cut it too close, you're going to lose it. So, and don't do what I just did. Try and pull out 10 at once. It doesn't work. So we're going to, if you get bored watching me do this, feel free to chat. Because I'm going to have to do a lot of this. I am going to trim this one because it's very wide. As you can see, that was very, very carefully done. Because everybody, if everybody understands this process, I'll show you how we actually make the thing. We have a nod or a no? Okay.
So you're just using like a regular sewing needle to get
It's
in
just
there?
I've got a Sashiko needle, but yeah, just a strongish needle to get in to separate this. It's actually easier to pull them out one at a time. Because if you don't, I'll show you what happens if you try and do 4. It just knots up, or it snaps, or it knots up.
Oh.
And then you've got to pick them all out one by one to make sure it's sort of even. I mean, if, and this is obviously got loads of different colours in it. So if, for instance, for some reason you don't like the greens, you can just isolate the green ones and pull all the green ones out. Like so. Which will leave you with a little, slightly bigger gap, but it also adds a different sort of texture. Can't get that one. Come on. Oops. I don't know if you can see that there's actually gaps in it now in the weave. You probably can't. There's not enough. Pull some more out. Yeah, can you see there's gaps now in the actual weave? So you can do that if you want to add different. So assuming that everybody understands the process of fraying cloths, and if anybody wants to watch me keep going, I'll keep going, but otherwise I'll move on to how to make the thing. Anybody in the chat, or put your hands up, or no? Right, okay, I think we've got that. So I'm going to start off with a big lump of willow. It's about 20 centimeters, which is 12 inches. A hot glue gun. I'm doing this first so that I can turn the glue gun off and not waste electricity. So I'm putting 2 big beads on the end, purely for decorative purposes, nothing else. It's yeah, I'm used to I'm used to converting everything from centimeters to inches, backwards and forwards. And this is why I've got my board on the inches side, not the centimeter side, so I can just measure it. Okay. So that's not particularly difficult. Set that to one side to dry. Turn the glue gun off. Okay, so these are the ones, and you've got a selection. I've got a selection of beads. You'll have a selection of beads. So I've done these. They're all sort of square shaped. They don't look particularly feathery. So at this point, you need to make them feather shaped. So feathers traditionally have a kind of roundy sort of end. A tapered end, I should say. So there's a tapered end. Simple as that. Put that there, easy to see easier. And then the same at the other end. Just trim it off. Like that. So this one's the same width across, so I don't need to trim the sides. It's fairly tidy. So get out of the way. We get some string. Where's the string? Can't find the string. There it is. String. And we're going to attach string to this. Now you can glue gun that. I could plug the glue gun back in and just glue gun it onto the back like that. But I'm going to just quickly stitch it on. And if you want to use a contrasting colour, by all means. And you're going to do this for as many feathers as you want. I'm doing this quickly. Obviously, if you're making one that you want to last, you're going to do it a bit better than this. Come on.
So Sandra, how
Yep.
wide would you advise making the center then?
Right, I would, this one, I've gone completely, I've cut that down to that size. That's about half an inch, maybe centimetre across there. Can you see? So where that green bar's going at, I wouldn't go much lower than that or narrower. Is that making sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and you can have it wide. It depends what cloth you've got. I mean, I've got all these that, for some reason, I've got all these that are sort of multicolored. So I'm not looking, but the black and white one, I wanted to have the black definitely showing. Because I don't know if this will look good in just white. It's entirely what depends on the cloth a lot, but also on what you personally like. And I've got the black and white one going in the opposite direction. Oops. And that's very narrow. That's not much wider than the string. Let's, but you've got to attach the string to the, like that. That's about double the width of the string. And again, obviously depends what string you're using. This is just ordinary, you know, jute cotton string stuff. So as I say, I'm not sewing this, you know, particularly well because I'm just demonstrating it, and you don't want to watch me sewing for the next hour. Now, I don't personally particularly mind the cotton showing, but some people will not like that. I get that. So I mean, you can see that little bit of, you can see those stitches just about. If you don't want it to show, then glue it on or use thread that's similar colour. So this bit of string, hello, we're getting a storm, is 24 inches long. I've no idea what that is in centimetres, but, and all we do then, so you've got that feather made. And you will notice that none of these feathers are ironed or, you know, because that makes them naturally sort of kinky and, you know, they spin and twist. If you iron it, it's just going to be a flat lump of cloth hanging there. And as you do each one, you can put as many beads on as you like. I keep getting a flashing sensation. Is someone taking pictures? I don't mind if you are, but I keep getting flashing on the screen. Is that just me?
I'm not noticing it.
Okay, it's probably us then, because we are heading for a storm here, apparently.
Uh-oh.
It's because the weather's been so hot. So yeah, a few beads. Oops, I've managed to shred the string. That's clever.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So, Sandra, you know how like real feathers have the, I don't know what it's called.
The spine thing in the middle?
Well, yeah, but it's also, it comes up past the feathers that are kind of like, oh, what is it?
Chris will know. Chris does feather painting. She probably knows about the anatomy of feathers.
I think you're talking about quills.
Yeah,
Is
the
that correct?
quilt. So what if you took the string and went down a little bit on the fabric and kind of made your own quilt by
Yeah, you could do that.
twisting it around the top to kind of make it look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you meant, to have an extra bit of string there to make it look like it's got a, yeah, you can do that. And then all you're gonna do now is basically tie this onto there. Now I'm not measuring this, I just put that on. So that's gonna hang like that. And obviously I can't show you the whole picture because clearly the camera's not. And that's basically it, folks. Thanks, bye. No. I would do them all at different lengths, right? So that's one on there. But that's the process done. Simple as that. But now I've got some really awkward shaped ones here. So there's one that's got that width of, but it's obviously a nuts shape. Now you might want to go with that shape. I personally would trim that all the way up, which is why I don't pre-cut them, because you don't know what shape you're going to want it in the end. And now that's turned into that shape, which is much more feather-like. And I missed that one. And oh, but all these bits I keep to I use this as stuffing for things. I don't throw anything away. So, string. So shorter piece of string this time, different lengths. I'll try what you said and leave a you mean leave a lump on top, Paula?
No, what I meant was kind of twist it around, kind of tie it around the top of it to make like your own homemade quilt.
Bind it round, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like you're using the string and tying it to the fabric to kind of help make that, and then you can wind it, go down a little bit and then wind it up a little.
Okay, so
that's
what
what
you mean is, okay, let's give it a go. Tie this on. I get what you mean now. Whoop. This is the first go, folks. So we're going to tie it on there, cut that end off. Do you mean like that, or bind it a bit more?
I would bind it a bit more, kind of almost giving it its own, quill look to it. I don't know. And then it would help, like if that knot came undone, you still have, like it would take a lot for that.
Yeah. Gonna have to re-knot this now, otherwise it's gonna just come undone. Okay, let's
come undone. Yeah, like.
Oh, for pity's sake. Right, well that's on.
How does it look?
Yeah, I mean, I just did that without even thinking about it, so it's doable. Let's cut that fluffy bit off, because you wouldn't have that.
You wouldn't have the fluffy bit, yeah.
So take the fluffy bit off. So now it looks like that. That's perfectly
drop
fine.
it down just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks fine. Oop. Yeah, I quite like that actually. It's a bit fiddly.
Or maybe if on the next one, if you try to cut you would only
Cut
have
the
middle.
feathery bit, yeah.
Yeah,
cut that a
off,
bit
so it
more.
doesn't make it so thick there. So you would only have that middle part. Yeah.
I don't like this string. I don't know where I got it from, but it keeps splitting.
Oh, that's not great.
It keeps untwiddling.
Dip it in your hot glue. The very end.
Yeah, I've turned that off now.
Uh-oh.
Fine, I'll work it out. We'll just use the big beads. So the beads are probably going to sit better on there. If you can get that kind of lined up. You could glue gun that in now, that bead,
Yeah.
if you wanted to. I don't know why I've got beads that look like footballs. It's supposed to be African beads. I don't know. Come on. Right. Yeah, so you could, if I had the glue gun still on, I could glue that onto there. But we're going to go with it as it is. And just tie this on. I would suggest, if you're going to do this, tie them on loosely to start with, so that you can more easily adjust the length. So
I
now
think
I've
it's to
got,
help.
can you see those? So I've got one way down there. And one there. Are we good for this? Oh, it's weird not getting feedback. Very weird. I'm used to having 20 people talking at me while I'm trying to do this. Okay, so this one. That's basically all it is. I'm just going to keep repeating this on 5 or 6 pieces of fabric. Oops.
Eve asked in the chat, is there a reason why the string is shorter than the feather?
Don't follow the question. The string on the back. Do you mean like this string?
I'm assuming so. That's how I say she's written in the chat.
Yeah. No reason other than just pure laziness. And it's not needed, so I don't want to waste material doing something that's not necessary to. Stop laughing, Paula. I'm honest. It's just, it would give it more weight if it went all the way to the end. And it would make it look more like the thing. What's the spine called on the back of a feather, Chris? It's got a name, isn't it? It's got a special name. You know, that like ridge of
The shaft. I think it's the what? The shaft.
the shaft. Yeah, the sort of bony looking bit on the
Yeah.
back. Yeah, no, there's no reason other than there's no need for it. Let's go back. Ooh. Let's put that needle away before I lose it. £5 each. Right, so this one's cut. And for some reason, I missed those two. Look. That one. And this really is all there is to it. This is the simplest thing in the world. And I don't know, when we did it before, some people used actual feathers as well. They went and grabbed some real feathers and just tied them on. Keep getting flashes. It's really, it must be my internet.
I can see them as well, Delane.
Oh, right. Okay. Maybe it's us in UK then. Perhaps. It's a bit weird. So now we're going to, I'll try again with this. See if I can do it better.
Did you cut off the feathery part?
No. Well, what do you mean? You trim it right down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
trim it right down to your spine, essentially. Let's see what that looks like that way.
It looks weird.
It won't after you get it tied up.
Okay.
It's a cricket bat.
It's... Oh, I just noticed there's lots of questions in the chat. What's in the chat? Solar flares. Oh. It could be, yeah. Who knows? We had them in Cornwall yesterday, apparently. The trouble with this is it's not solid, so it's quite difficult to bind it in any sensible way. I've not got enough string.
Yeah, I was wondering if maybe,
Yeah,
like, if you had your hot glue gun on, you could put like a little bit on, and then you could wrap, and it would stay.
yeah, I was just
stable.
thinking that as I was doing it, I could have just glued it on, but there you are. We're experimenting as we go to see what works and what doesn't work.
Aw.
That's pretty tight.
I forgot all about the lights last night and didn't even check to see if I could see them.
Well, it never occurred to me to go out and look for Aurora Borealis. We just don't get that here.
Yeah.
Except in Scotland, but there it goes again. Flickety flick.
Yeah, we're not getting that, or I'm not getting that, so.
Oh, so you getting it because you're in the UK as well. So there you are. I like them different lengths. I know when we've done it before, people did them all the same length. I quite like this idea, Paula. That works. But it's fiddly. Shove that out of the way. And so as anything, oh, as for any size or width or anything else, you just do it the way you like, the way it looks. But it is a nice way to use up all these little scraps with weird shapes. I'm going to stitch this one, it's easier. Going on in the chat, let's have a look. The cloth pieces as much as, yeah, I like the real, I like real feathers, but I like the cloth as well. I don't know if any of you ladies have got machines. Perhaps you can do this on a machine if there's a foot that does that sort of thing. Oop. And there we have it, ladies. More of this. Choose the football. It's going to be one of your shortest sessions ever, Paula.
No, that's awesome, because
I mean, you know,
you've almost made a whole one, us just sitting here
Yeah.
watching you.
yeah, it's not. I mean, it took me a few minutes to do the the fraying, but
You just put the football on again.
yeah, I know. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't know why I've got football beads. They're not. Hello Amazon. Can I have some African wooden beads, please? And they sent me footballs. I don't want to
So
spell.
What if you would like some beads like in the middle of the string?
Yeah, you can do that. You just knot it. So if I wanted to do that, let's say I want to, would have to be a considerable knot though, because these are quite giant holes. So you would knot it like this. You don't have to pull the knot tight, you just have to make it big enough. There we go. And these are giant holes in these.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, you know,
Mhm.
a good distance. String is absolute rubbish.
I only have hot glue guns, but I've heard the hot glue pots are are great for projects when you want to have them on, but not, because like my gun leaks if it just sits there.
Yeah, so I've got a lid of a tin here. Oh, you know, yeah. So there you are. The knot's inside there. That won't fall down on its own,
Oh, cool.
but it will push down if I wanted it to. I could push that down. The other way to do it is if I can do it with this stupid string, is to literally thread it through twice, go back through there, and that'll hold it in place. Oh, Beatrice just entered the waiting room. So even if I put another bead on top, it's not going anywhere, but it will if I pull it, that'll, I can pull the knot through. Okay. Oh, that one's too long. Hang on. I'm just winding this up to make it so you can actually see. And then I'll put this one on there. Can you see that? So that's with 4 on. And then you just tie a bit of string here and a big loop of string to hang it up. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I will just quickly, because we did this before, and one of the ladies that I know comes to Atlantic did a beautiful one out of denim. Let's see if I can find it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there's some in the garden. So just to because it's difficult for you to see what I'm doing. So there's one that somebody's put in the garden. Can you see it?
That's awesome.
Can't really see that one because of the light behind it. That's nice.
Oh, wow.
That's laying down, but somebody's taken great care with the shapes of the feathers there. Where's the next one? I'm going to keep going. There's close-ups of all the feathers. Where's the denim one? It's really lovely. Close-ups of the feathers. No. There. That's denim.
Oh, wow. Yes, because denim, yes, because sometimes the undercloth is white.
Yeah. So she's very cleverly, and then she's made, I don't know what they are, but you know, I like the little bits of wood all entwined into the twine as well. So
yes, that one is, and the stick is very
the
unique.
stick's lovely. Yeah.
I also like you had one in there where they put a bunch of beads on the stick.
Yeah,
You almost
people
didn't
have done
see the
that as
stick.
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's put beads on top of the stick there rather than on the ends. I mean, I put
yeah.
them on the ends just in case you tip and it falls off, because you know someone's done that. Completely covered this stick in beads.
Yeah.
Or used wire or something. This is what we get. People never listen to me. They don't do what I tell them to do. They just go mad and use their own imagination and make it better than I made it, which is great. So yeah, so they've also tied them on, look.
Oh yeah, I see that now. Yep. Made
And
it.
this one, the string's gone all the way down.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, it's not an expensive thing to do, that's for sure. And somebody decided they didn't want to trim. So I just thought I'd share those with you so you could see the sort of range of things you can do with something that's really very simple.
And I like that you're using scraps and bits and pieces.
Oh yeah, these are literally, somebody gave me a bin bag, you know, a black, I presume you use them in the States, big black bin bag full of bits like that sort of size.
I think she's trying to say trash bag, guys.
Yeah, trash bag. Yeah, big one. I was
Oh
gonna say
wow.
a 60-litre one, but you're not going to get that either, are you?
Wow.
Yeah, but literally full of bits this size. So it's, and I know Chris has had some. She makes buttons out of them, don't you, Chris?
Yes, I do. I cover them. I cover buttons with the that material because Sandra sent me quite a lot.
I just wanted to get rid of it. But yeah, we try not to waste anything. We made little tiny, again, out of this where we had slightly bigger bits. Do you have in your, what they call them in America, shopping carts? Do you have coins? Do you have to put coins in them?
At one store we have one where you do that. Yes.
Yeah. So we made little tiny keyring purses to put the we call them trolleys, to put the shopping cart token in the little thing so you could hang it on a keyring.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
We were just looking at the scraps on what can we make with that? It's not very big. Oh, we can fold it in half, stitch it over, and slide the thing, you know. So,
Yep.
but now it's just like most of this now will just go in a bag, and when we make cuddly toys,
We are here. I don't know about in other parts of the US, but the store is called Aldi's, where you have to put the shopping cart coin in.
Yep.
And generally you'll be in the parking lot, like walking your cart back to take it back to get your coin. And somebody will be walking up to go, and you just give your cart to that person, and you know, because it's just a quarter, just 25 American cents, and so we kind
Yeah.
of just give it away, and they just, you know, here, I'll give you my quarter, and usually I just tell them pass it on, you know, when you leave, pass the card on to somebody, and it keeps the stores from having people to go out to collect carts, but also it's just one of that kindness thing, passing it on.
Wait,
just-
what is it here? It's £1.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in there. So it's $1.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. You know,
Ish. Yeah.
so I'm not doing that exact conversion. Yeah, so it's £1. But most of the shops, and Lidl, which is the other German supermarket that's not Aldi, have machines now at the shop, and you can put 50p in and get a token that you can use instead of a £1 coin,
Oh.
which is what most of the shops do. They sell their own tokens.
So you have to have tokens for all the different places.
Oh no, they're all the same. They're all exactly the same size. But they've got holes in, so again you can hang it on your key ring. But so we made little purses out of this. Chris covers buttons with it. The little bits, the shredding, this shredded stuff. You can, I've not tried it yet, but you can. It is these literally the bits that I've pulled off the threads. If you mush that into PVA glue and water, you put it between two pieces of plastic and then put greaseproof paper over the top and iron it, it turns into a solid piece of fabric.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
I've not tried it yet, but I'm gonna, because you know, why not? We've all got stuff like this, so what are you gonna do with it?
I usually stuff it into something I'm gonna stuff,
Yeah,
like a door drafter or
anything like that. Yeah, anything
yeah.
that's not, yeah, because the stuffing stuff is incredibly expensive. It's ridiculously
yes.
expensive, and yeah, but then I think a lot of us in the UK, if we want stuffing, we go to a charity shop, buy a cushion for £1, rip it apart, and use the stuffing out of the cushion because it's cheaper than buying stuffing.
Oh yeah,
And then you keep the material for something else.
for something else. Yeah.
Keep the zip. Keep the zips. But there you are, folks. That's that. And for those of you that don't know us, and that's probably nearly everybody in the room, we do this 5 nights a week. Well, stop laughing, Chris.
Just about, Sandra.
We do, yes. On Mondays we do sashiko stitching, which is. Have I got a bit of sashiko anywhere? Yes, I have. Here's one I'm working on. It's that running stitching. So we do that on a Monday. Tuesdays we do a craft. Wednesdays I'm starting a beginner's crochet course next week. Thursdays we do a craft. And what do we do on Fridays, Chris? We have talks.
Talks, plenty of talks. And
Yeah.
and the quiz once a month.
And the quiz once a month, yes. And yes, Tabitha, we have a website, we have social media.
Oh yes, could you put it in the chat so they can find it if they would like to?
Right. Easiest way, and I'm not pushing for donations, but if anyone wants to donate, you carry on, is our Linktree, which I don't know if anyone uses there, but it's a thing where you can put all your social media in one place.
Oh.
So and it's free, you don't pay for it. So for an organisation, it's really useful because it's got everything on here. So if you go, that's that. If you click on that, that will take you to a list and it will say Etsy shop, Facebook, website, etc, etc, etc. And then if anyone wants to set up their own Linktree account, as I say, absolutely free.
Awesome.
Everything we do is free. In the UK, we send out kits. Sorry, we don't do it for America or Canada or anywhere else in the world. However, what we do is provide you with a materials list, which we translate into inches for you.
Thank
Sandra,
you.
Sandra, you're also doing beginner's sashiko.
Yeah, this week, starting this week, this Wednesday. Beginner's sashiko, yeah. So the stitching on the Monday, I'll show you a piece we're doing in July. And so we're doing it in July, I've already done it. But this is Italian Bargello. I'll have to take the blur off or it won't work. This. We're going to make purses out of these.
Oh,
When I say
wow.
purses, I mean not purse handbag, I mean a purse like a money purse. So we're doing that in July.
What is that?
This is Florentine Bargello. It's an Italian, old, really ancient Italian form of stitching. So it's got the zip on it, sorry, because obviously it's going to be purse like that. And it's really, 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 really easy to do. But as you can see, it's quite spectacular. So we're doing that in July.
I'm gonna have you maybe do that for me next year.
This took me 10 hours to do.
Oh my.
10 hours. I mean, because I don't,
Is
you
it
can see
hand-stitched?
like there's it's all hand stitched. Yeah, there's the back.
Oh wow.
So basically you can see the zigzag, you can see the pattern, can't you? Go la, 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 la,
Yeah.
la. So once you've laid down the first row, you just copy it and keep going up.
Wow.
And this is open weave tapestry canvas. You can see it's got no extra threads. It's got one thread one way and one thread the other way, and it's quite stiff. It's sort of glued into place, so it's really easy to do. But this pattern for this is available free on the Victoria and Albert Museum website. It's an ancient thing. But yeah, that's Bargello. Then we're doing that in July. I don't think we're going to do it in an hour session because it took me 10 hours. So
No. Maybe a keychain.
Yeah. No, I mean I've got some smaller pieces of the stitching we do is literally we just stitch patterns. We don't make much. There's my specimen book. Butterflies we did. Geometrics. We do a lot of geometric, and then what we do is these get patches on clothes, or we sew them together and make tote bags, whatever. That one, the chrysanthemum last week.
Oh wow.
Very simple. Bargello. Little Bargello.
Your Kojin?
Kogin. Oh yeah, I love Kogin. This is a Bargello. Now, this is a Bargello pattern,
Oh, wow.
and I used a variegated thread called Fire. So
Very
that's
pretty.
pretty cool. Kogin is a Japanese form of Bargello, and you can, there's a nice bookmark.
Oh, wow.
There's this, which these big ones depict fields of plants, and the little ones are single plants. There's some more. That's Kogin. Again, variegated thread makes it look much more complicated than it is. And they're all really simple, really, really simple. There's Argyle. This one's spectacular. We're doing this again soon.
That's gorgeous on that black.
Ah, so that's on black, and then turn it over and it's blue on the other side.
Oh, wow.
Exactly the same pattern, 2 pieces of cloth. They just happen to be next to it. But the difference that the colour makes is
Yeah.
quite spectacular. So yeah, we do loads of that. What's this? Oh, we did a snowflake. We designed a snowflake at Christmas.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, anyone's welcome to join any of these things. But if anyone wants to learn how to do this sort of stitching, that starts on Wednesday this
Alright.
week, and it's a 6-week thing at 6 o'clock our time. So I don't know what that is there. But if
6
anyone wants, if any of
p.m.
you want a link to this, just drop me an email and I will send you the link to the pattern, because it's been provided by one of our museums, and they've got quite a few patterns on there of vintage needlework.
So 6 p.m. In London is 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Mountain, and 10 a.m. Pacific. So
There you are, folks. We have people joining us from Australia at 3 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
Seriously, yeah, yes, Tabitha, they're like, what? You're dedicated. You people are so dedicated. Yes, and there's an Indian lady who hasn't been lately, but I think she comes at 10 o'clock at night for her,
Yes,
something like that.
yes, it's about 10:30. It'll be 10:30 because
Yeah. So yeah, it can get quite confusing, especially at the beginning of summer and the end of summer when everybody's time systems change.
Yes.
So on the Monday particularly, we've got UK, in every country from the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and sometimes there's a lady from South Africa. So it all gets a bit. Oh, we got some poor lady's just joined us, and she's French and she's living in Manchester, and she said, I can't engage because I can't understand a word that anybody's saying. Such a huge range of accents, but there you are. So yes, you're all welcome to join any of those. You've got the link, and if anyone wants that pattern, if you let Paula know, or email me directly, then I will send you the pattern. But it will be in, actually it's quite old, so it'll probably be in inches.
Right.
Something, yes,
Yeah,
2.54 inches, centimeters to the inch. It's not hard.
Google will translate it for you. Google Translate.
Now I don't know, I assume it's the same in America. There's my phone, right? That's my calculator on my phone.
Uh-huh.
Can you see that there's a clock which converts time, and there's a little ruler? It's an Android phone. There's a little ruler there.
Oh.
Click the ruler, and guess what? It converts everything. Weight, length, temperature, any mass, anything you want to, yeah. And I know that nobody knows that, right? Because every time I tell people, they're like, oh, why have I never found this before? It's fabulous, isn't it?
No, mine does not.
You don't have
My
a little
phone-
ruler on it?
No ruler on mine. I have the pi symbol though.
A pi? What, the
The pi
actual
s-
pi? Oh, well, so that's for a scientific calculator then.
Yeah, the
That's
scientific.
that one. It does that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've got a little ruler. I don't know if it's because it's Android, maybe.
It might be the
Yeah.
brand of phone, yeah, that you
Yeah.
have. Yeah,
Very, very, very useful.
yes.
Anyway, I'm done, ladies.
Do we have any more questions?
Tabitha's in love. Tabitha's in love with this.
I know. She's awesome. All right, I am going to end the recording.
Okay.